We have had meetings with our social partners, namely the private sector and the labor movement. These meetings have been constructive, and further engagement is planned in the course of preparing the budget for the next fiscal year. I would not like you to leave here thinking that since January 4, government has been exclusively occupied with attending to the promises made on the election platform. We have continued to regularize quarters, to address the housing requirements of the needy, aggressively pursue our program of road rehabilitation, upgrade and expand the water services, and improve the stock of school buildings, to name a few. In fact, we have continued to work with agencies like the Aid Bank to seek low-cost financing to make available to the private sector. We continue to grant concessions consistent with the relevant legislation to those firms that have approached the government. We are continuing our reforms to help make Dominica a better place to do business. We have seen promising investments from the private sector. From January to December 2009, Invest Dominica Authority approved concessions to 33 companies with the potential to create 196 jobs and an investment of $43.28 million. To date, actual investment has been $22.2 million, and the total number of jobs created is 204, surpassing the target of 196 for double the investment. Between January to April 2010, the authority approved 17 applications for concessions with the potential to create 119 jobs at an investment cost of $8.1 million. Fellow Dominicans, there are good times and there are bad times in the life of all political parties. We know this well in the Dominica Labour Party. For 21 years, leading up to 2000, many believed that Labour was in the political wilderness. We spent this period reorganizing our party and reviewing our mission. Every step of the way, we honored the trust you had placed in us by representing your interests and articulating the concerns in the Parliament of the land. We did this faithfully, whether we thought the actions and policies of the government of the day were fair or foul. This to us was and continues to be the essence of parliamentary democracy. We will not move from this view at all. While we will always uphold the right of others to dissent, we strongly condemn those for whom the bashing and bad talking of Dominica have become a way of life. Their latest move in choosing not to represent those who voted for them by staying away from Parliament is intended to tarnish the image of Dominica as a country for a healthy and progressive parliamentary democracy. But this government will stand firm. We are currently in discussions with our legal advisors to put in place a configuration of the Parliament that would allow for the voices of those who were rejected by their representatives to be heard should there be a by-election and should Labour command all 21 seats in the Parliament. And to say to you that we will go to the Parliament on April 29, 2010. But before I close, I want to draw to your attention a behavior that appears to be creeping in on us and which we should address in the coming months. I refer to the lack of courtesy and the lack of tolerance that is becoming all too evident in our relations with each other. I throw this out for you to reflect on so that together we can devise a strategy to combat what could potentially be a blow on our national character. I want to remind us that all of the plans of the government will come to naught if we are not productive. The value of our work should be at least match the value of our earnings. And if we are serious about our development, it should even exceed it. I urge all of us to continue to work hard. Finally, I want to thank the team that has put in considerable effort in treating the many issues that had to be dealt with in translating the promises made to reality. I know it has been extremely and especially tough on the establishment, personnel and training department, but once again, they have risen to the task. I want to thank specifically the Principal Advisor in the Office of the Prime Minister, Mr. Lambert, the Financial Secretary, Mrs. Edwards, the CPO, who has the task of ensuring that the public service stays together, Miss Edwards, for her tremendous work and efforts and commitment to national duty. Dr. Aaron, who is the Ambassador and Coordinator of ALBA, and also the Secretary to the Cabinet, and also Mr. Ambassador Charles Miller, all who played a very important role in putting and ensuring that the promises become reality. And I want to say that while we have certain challenges within the public service, but when you look at all that we do in the public service, we have some very committed and diligent public officers, and must always recognize when they have done well. I want to thank the people of Dominica once again for putting your trust and confidence in the Dominica Labour Party, and to say to you that we take very seriously, very, very seriously, the mandate that you gave to us, and we accept it with humility, recognizing that to whom much is given, much is expected. God bless you. Thank you.